Good morning, everyone. I'm Melissa McGoff, and welcome on in to an hour of EV Rider Mobility Scooters. Now, you saw that big deal roll in. That means the price you're seeing on your screen, well, it's not going to be here for long, so take advantage of this opportunity to get your yes back, to gain back your freedom. Maybe you have not been able to be as mobile as you used to be, or maybe you have a really clunky scooter that is kind of seen its better days. This is your moment to have a serious upgrade and to get that independence for the big events that maybe you've missed in the past, the vacations. Say yes. $199.98 is your big deal price. That is a $420 savings. You can also choose Easy Pay with any major credit card or debit card today. $400. That's it. And we also have special financing, 12-month special financing. Brings your payment down to $167 per month if you open up your Q card or use your Q card to do so. V88104. And this is a new style. We're going to talk about all the details in a moment, but I want to talk colors first because I think this is beautifully done. So you get to ride in style. Here is your silver. We have your red, your blue, and then Emily Scott's about to roll in.
I wanted to make
what an entrance. That's a serious entrance in the rose gold.
Yes, it's so good to see you. It's been too long.
It has been. Yes. I was excited.
Yes.
I'm like, what a way
Finally
to spend
work
2
together.
I know. Well, thank you for bringing this to us because this is a four-wheel manual folding mobility scooter.
Yes, ma'am.
Something new, a big deal, and it really is a big deal, right? We've talked about this so many times. People struggle, they have to say no to so many things, and EV Rider is in the business of giving people their independence, their happiness back.
Yes, get back in the game, do the things you want to do, go the places you want to go, and actually that's how EV Rider, that's how we got our start. The scooters that are being made today by other companies are much like they were 20 years ago. They were big and they were bulky and they were heavy and you couldn't lift them up and you couldn't get them in your car, so you couldn't get on your way. We wanted to make these lightweight. We wanted to make these packable. We wanted to make these portable. This one is so special though because it is the one that we wanted you to have the premium experience. Like when you sit in that luxury car and you have all the fancy bells and whistles, we built some of those into the scooter, and you've got that really great feel to it. But what I love so much about this scooter is how lightweight, portable, and packable it is. You saw how quickly I just folded that up.
That was like nothing.
Like the size of a suitcase, right?
Dream. Well, speaking of, I mean, you can take this, it's TSA approved, so you can take it to the airport. You truly can travel, go to the places that you couldn't before, take the cruise, move around so easily. Even it just being so, you know, small and compact is nice when you're just putting it in the car.
Absolutely.
It's easy.
Absolutely. Yeah, and we want you to be able to do this yourself, and that's why we build them like this. But I love that when you sit on this, if you ever sat in a or like an economy car, and you sit in there and it feels a little tinny, and then you drive over a little rock and you kind of feel it, and then you sit in a luxury car and you go, ooh, this is nice. As portable, packable, and lightweight as this is, you've got that luxury feel. You've got 4 wheels. You've got all the stability, and you've got on every single charge, you've got almost 7 miles of driving. Big. I know, right?
That's big. And it really looks beautiful. You have keyless entry. So talk about luxury. I mean, when you think of mobility scooters, we've all seen them, right? At the grocery stores and the theme parks, and you're just like, what is this? It's clunky. You don't know who's been sitting in it. Maybe it's not charged. This is the way to have kind of your own, like your privacy, like your own ride. You don't have to depend on anybody, which I think is so smart. Yeah. And anybody can do this. Yes. You know, there's no learning curve here. They've made it so easy for everyone.
Yes, and that is so important to us. This is a scooter that will ship to you in one single box, fully assembled. You literally get it, and it will be partially charged as well, and you get it out of the box, and you begin to say Yes. You begin to say, instead of saying things like, you guys go, it's okay, or how long will I have to walk, or will there be a place for me to sit? You're going to say things like, I wouldn't miss that for the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's huge to be able to say that. You and I have shared stories before. You know, I've had family members unfortunately miss my wedding. They couldn't make it because they couldn't get around. I'm like, they needed this.
Yes.
I would have loved for them to have this. It's so easy, and the fact that you're getting it home, by the way, with that 12-month special financing for around $160, it's a smart buy. And look at how easy this glides around.
Yes, and how tight this turning radius is, because here's the thing. Sometimes you maybe want to go on those big trips that you've been planning, and there's airplanes and cruises and things like that. So sometimes you want to do that. EV Rider can do that. Sometimes, Melissa, it's the grocery store, or the post office, or the doctor's office. This scooter can do that. But sometimes some of us, when you need a little bit of help in your own home, if you've ever reached for a walker or a cane to help you in your own home, this is absolutely the next level of help. It's so agile and so easy to drive that you can use it in your own home.
I mean, look, we're just whipping it around. It is so smooth. And the fact that the seat, by the way, is simply divine. I mean, it is comfortable. It is easy to clean, so just wipe it down. You know, just the design elements. I'd love if we can walk through that, because I think it's so important, you know, even just looking at, you know, where the speed is and the horn. So simple. Literally anyone can do it. You don't need to be tech savvy.
Yes.
And before we actually get into that, I know that the brand is family run. There is a number.
Let me turn
on
around
the back
for
of
you.
this, where customer service still lives on beyond QVC, and you get it with EV Rider.
You know what, and I truly say that this is probably one of the most significant parts of your purchase. On the back of your scooter, notice this is not hidden in a manual. We don't say, hey, go out there on the big World Wide Web and go find it, okay? It's here, it's gonna stay on your scooter, and this belongs to you. It is our customer service number. We are located in Fort Myers, Florida. The people who answer this phone are not just customer service reps. They're also trained and certified EV Rider technicians. So they know how to fix the scooters. They know what the issues and things like that are. Here's the thing. This phone number is yours for the life of the scooter. If you have any questions at all ever, if it's the day you get your scooter home, and you're not sure how something works, you can give us a call. Or if in 6 months you go on that big trip and you're not sure how you can fly with it, what should I do? Give us a call. In 10 years, if you lend this to your brother and he says, well, I don't know how to use it, your brother can give us a call.
That's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that is phenomenal customer service, but it speaks to the brilliance, the care of this brand, bringing us amazing mobility scooters. And this is your chance to pick up one of the newest designs at a big deal price. I'm so excited because we're launching this big deal today in this show. Before it's gone, that's what big deal means. It's an expiring price of $199.98. This is your time to save $420, which means you're getting it home on Easy Pay for just $400. You have that 12-month special financing available to you if you use your Q card, which makes it about $160. So think about gaining your freedom. Looking at these videos, we actually have testimonials in a minute, but just seeing how happy, how free these people seem, that is priceless.
It's absolutely priceless. It's priceless for you, and it's priceless for everyone in your family that gets to enjoy the time with you more. You know, as you said, you had relatives who missed your wedding. They couldn't make it. Nancy Yoon, one of our hosts here, had her parents miss her wedding because they weren't able to go. And you know, these are the stories you remember for years. Those are one-time events. You don't get a second chance for that. And it's important to be here. And I love that we're showing you different sized people going different places, riding on pavers. This is a scooter that will ride on every single surface outside. It will ride on every single surface inside your home, carpet, thresholds, tile, all of that. The only place you really can't drive an EV Rider scooter is in the sand, just because the weight of it would sink in the sand like a stroller would. But these have been on the boardwalk. These have gone through football fields. You know, they've gone through grass, they've gone through mulch, they've gone over pavers. Some of our QVC customers who have picked them up use them to take their walks outside and walk their dogs. Yes.
Because you can. Because you can. It makes the mundane possible, right? Once you can't do those everyday tasks like take out the garbage or grocery shop, you start to kind of get sad. You take, you know, we take those things for granted.
Well, you know what? Your world starts getting smaller.
Yeah.
Your world starts getting smaller when you're not getting up and going, when that invitation for lunch is just too much, or when it becomes worrisome. When you think to yourself, all the ladies are going out to play mahjong. Am I going to be okay? Do I have the endurance to do that? Did I wake up today and I'm not having a good day? Sometimes that happens. I'm having a good day. I'm not having a good day. You know, those are the things that people are faced with every single day. We want you to say yes to every single invitation, to all the things that are out there for you to do, all of the places to go.
In the most simple, non-complicated way. That's the beauty of this brand. I mean, the founder is like a genius, but has such a big heart that, actually I'd love for you to tell this story to anyone at home, because every time you tell it, I like get a little teary-eyed, because there are so many beautiful people in this world that make such a big impact.
You know what? A heart to help others and a heart to service others. He was working his way through grad school. Actually, he was getting a PhD in biomedical engineering, and he got a job helping students with disabilities who were driving scooters that were, everything was wrong with them. They were big, they were bulky, they were heavy, they didn't fold down. Most of those students needed special equipment on their car to lift these scooters up and to get out and about. And it broke his heart. He said, I'm going to change the world. When he graduated, he did work for a few other companies, and they told him what he's doing, what you're seeing today, they told him it couldn't be done. And he kept saying it could. I'm going to do it. I'm going to create a scooter that's fun, it's comfortable, it's stable, it's lightweight. And here's what I love about this one so much. With a pull of a pin and a press of the pedal, you don't have any steps to remember. I just folded that down. I don't think that was 3 seconds. It locks itself into place. Now, here's the thing. This is a 55-pound scooter. If I had to come down here with these knees, okay, if I had to come down here and pick 55 pounds up, I would think, you know what, let me wait for my husband to do that. But when you talk about excellence in engineering, and he thinks of things in different ways, there's an easy lift handle in the back of the scooter. And what I've done is I've just tilted it up. I haven't lifted it off the ground, right? So I haven't lifted anything yet. Now when I go to lift it, I'm lifting from a standing position. It's just a couple inches down. Grab that handle, and all of the weight is on my legs. This is 55 pounds, but I can do it. That's what excellence, oh my gosh,
you don't
tiny
even
little Melissa McGoff.
You don't even feel it.
It's so, and that's the engineering. That's the difference when you have excellence in engineering.
Yeah. I mean, and speaking of excellence in engineering, I know I keep saying we're going to talk about it. I do want to speak to what's happening here on our dashboard, because that is something that is so simple, and we have the photo right there on your screen. It's going to pop up, and maybe you can walk us through that.
Yeah, so this is what you see on your dashboard. Look at how everything is so clear. It's kind of like icon driven. So at the top, you see that LED display. When you charge the scooter, and it takes about 4 to 6 hours for a full charge, you get almost 7 miles of distance to drive through. As you drive through those 7 miles, those green lights will dim down into the yellow and the red zone, and then you know it's time to recharge. You have the headlights on the left-hand side, so you can put those on. They look like a little headlight. You've got a courtesy horn on the right-hand side, which is great for crowded spaces. That knob in the middle is your speed dial, and you can go anywhere from a whisper all the way up to almost 4 miles an hour. So it really does go at a pretty good clip. So what I want to show you now is how you make it go. So those handles on the side, that is not a traditional throttle right here. We even think, because the owner is a biomedical engineer, he understands that our hands kind of fatigue easily, especially with age. Mine do. A lot of us have rheumatoid arthritis, or you have carpal tunnel or things like that. You never have to grab tight. You never have to twist that. That is a huge, big deal. These are kind of rubber coated, so they're soft and easy, but that's really just to steer. Behind that, and I'll show you right here, I'll come around just a little bit. Right here is called the wig wag. You can see it right here. So this will go forward and backward. And what I want to show you is, with one finger, I can drive this scooter.
You could do it with a fingernail.
I
mean, literally. It's
with the fingernail. And my left hand's in the air, and I'm driving with my right hand forward and backward, and my right hand's in the air. But Melissa, if you want to come back here and go full on to the camera and show everybody how to stop our EV rider.
All right. This thing is so fun. I never get tired of it. Just like that. There was no pedal, hands off, instant stop. It was smooth. It wasn't a jerk.
It wasn't a jerk.
It wasn't.
No reaction time to find a pedal.
That was it.
You simply let go.
Easy.
That's what you do to stop the EV rider. We have literally thought of everything to make this so doable and so simple for you.
It's amazing. And
Isn't
you
it?
have the keyless fob.
Yes.
And you get two, which is nice.
Yeah.
Because you can give one to maybe someone who's a caregiver for you, or keep one on your keys, keep one in the house. Always nice to have two.
It always is nice. So this is one of these premium car luxuries, right? Everybody loves their keyless entry, and we thought, why shouldn't your scooter have one as well? This is how you turn on the scooter. Here are your fobs, and then you're going to press this button right here. It's going to illuminate red, and you're going to take a fob and you're just going to swipe it, and you'll see it turned blue and the screen lit up. You're ready to go. But here's this is so cool, right? So now if you want, you have the security of maybe keeping these. I always keep them in my pocket. You can keep them in your purse with you if you want, or you can hang them right on the scooter itself. But here's the thing. These fobs never need a battery. You are charging the fob every time you swipe. So we even thought of that. You don't have to worry about batteries for these. So cool.
That's where technology is really cool.
When it helps you.
When it helps you. Then you're like, okay, it's not so bad when you don't have to be the mind behind it, right?
Yeah, right.
So just a reminder, if you're just joining us, welcome on in. This is the EV Rider 4-wheel manual folding mobility scooter. First time you're seeing this style today at a big deal price of $1,999.98. It is a $400 savings, $420 savings from where this started, but that is not going to last forever, so be sure to pick it up. If maybe you have a family member you'd love to gift this to, or maybe just for yourself, it's a great time to buy. You have 5 easy payments of $400 available to you, and if you have your Q card, use it, choose 12-month special financing. It'll be $167 a month. And truly and honestly, saying yes to all the events, not missing out, gaining your freedom back, whether you're, in your older years, or maybe you injured yourself, or you're pregnant, whatever your situation is, why not make life a bit easier for yourself and get this home?
Yeah.
Such a smart buy. And then it also, like you said, is just like that luxury moment. I mean, you can ride in style. You could feel proud. This is something you'll feel proud to ride.
Yeah.
I just want to run through colors.
Yeah, oh,
quickly.
go ahead.
I'm
go
so
ahead.
sorry.
Yeah.
Rose gold.
This is kind of like that chic matte finish.
Yeah.
We never see rose gold. I was so excited to see it again tonight.
Yeah, that's
so pretty,
fabulous.
pretty.
You have silver. The red always reminds me of like an old time, like classic car.
Yeah, yeah.
The red,
so pretty.
and then your blue. If you have your eye on the silver, this is the most popular, so you may want to grab that one before it goes.
So you were just on air with Michelle Lau,
Yes.
right, presenting jewelry, our beautiful Michelle Lau. She just showed me in the green room, her mother bought an EV Rider scooter from QVC. They took it. She showed me pictures of her mom at Longwood Gardens, which is a garden center not far from here in Westchester, Pennsylvania, that is gigantic. And her mother is cruising all over the place. And Michelle, she's had the scooter a while. Michelle is still so, like, she's so excited every time she sees her mom on the scooter because she's able to do things that she would never be able to do without.
I'm so happy to hear that because I know they're very close.
Yes, they are.
They do their live streams together. I mean, she's lovely, her mom. So I could imagine how heartbreaking that was when her mom had to start saying no to things.
Yeah.
So to have this at a place like that, I mean, I've been to Longwood, you know.
Oh,
it's a place you want to experience, you want to see, you want to be able to go around with the grandkids, make the memories. It's so special to have something like this. So where are you going this summer, this fall, this winter? Anytime, where are you going? This is gonna help take you there. And you know, there's so many wonderful features about this, but to me, it's the smooth ride that just gets me every single time, but also the ease of use. You know, there's no giant battery required. It's so simple.
Yeah, and I love the fact that all of our technology, when you think about excellence in engineering, that means it's easy for you. Because here's the thing, if I need a scooter, and there are many times I've needed a scooter myself, I've been in an orthopedic boot 4 times. And those are the times you've seen me come into the QVC building and people say, are you presenting EV Rider today? And I say, no, I need an EV Rider today. I live my life with an EV Rider. I just have to, because some days I have good days and some days I have bad days. But I'm just like you. I don't feel like taking a class to learn how to use something. I want it just to serve me when I need it. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah. But I want to show you how to charge it up. So you get the charger. It looks like this, okay, and you've got one round end that has 3, this one has 3 pins right there in the end. That's gonna plug directly into the scooter. Underneath here in this hidden door, there's a port with 3 holes. So this is gonna go in like this. There's only one way it's gonna go in. The battery is right here. And then, again, excellence in engineering, you have a good old-fashioned 2-prong plug. Thank you, EV Rider. No USB, no download an app, no password. This you plug in everywhere. Now, here's the thing. If you only have an hour, if you're out to lunch and maybe you're you know, riding through your charge, you can charge it for an hour. Ask to be seated near an outlet at the restaurant. You can do that.
That's great.
You can stay on your EV Rider at the restaurant, which is so nice. Now, here's the battery right here. Generally speaking, you never have to worry about the battery, except when you get it home. You're gonna make one connection, and this is a one-time thing, because we know that people wanna jump on their EV Rider and start riding. So the only way we can do that is to ship it to you partially charged, okay? So you're gonna get these, you're gonna see these cables in that compartment right here. They look like little building blocks. So there's only one way that they go together. You see them like that. You're gonna make that connection that snaps together. They're like that. That's how easy it is. That's in the battery compartment. That's a one-time thing. You never, ever have to do that again. And you're ready to ride.
I love it. And it goes up to 3.7 miles per
almost
hour.
4 miles
cruising.
an hour. I'm telling you, if
cruising.
you're late for your flight, you gotta have this.
People are
You
going to
can't
be
do without
jealous.
it.
Let me tell you. People are going to be like, hey, I want to get on there.
Yeah.
So comfortable. That's why I'm honestly, I love you, but I'm not getting up because I'm like, it is so cushioned in the back. It's very comfortable. I like that you can wipe it clean.
Yes.
So you don't have to worry, you know, you can keep it sanitary.
Yeah, and no staining. You know, you'll see that this is contoured. That's to keep you feeling secure in the seat. This is super, super, super padded. Because, you know, sometimes the seating's bad where you're going, right? So I remember my parents, when they were in their 70s, they'd come to all my kids' sporting events. Always bleachers. Those bottom bleachers, metal bleachers, which should be like illegal. I mean, they're just awful to sit on. The bottom ones were always taken. So there's my 70-year-old parents trying to climb up these bleachers. Here you would have your own seat. It's padded, it's comfortable. If you have incontinence issues or an ostomy, that's an easy wipe clean. We've thought about that. And then you have a nice backrest too. So if you've got, you know, you get that tired or sore lower back and you need a backrest, because a lot of lightweight scooters will not have a back at all. So now you have that little backrest. You can kind of hang out there, and you see how much space I have, how much room there is here. I have my feet on the footrests right here, and you'll see whether you have medical equipment or a purse as big as my mom's used to be, okay, which was like a little suitcase, you know, or a standard like grocery basket at a grocery store. That'll all fit right there.
Great. And is there a weight limit?
250-pound weight limit. Yep.
Great. And I love that we're different heights too, that you can see. Like I'm 5'1". You're how tall?
I'm almost 5'7".
Yeah. So I mean, you have a nice amount of room, which is good.
Yeah.
So I just want to remind our friends, because it's halfway through the hour, which is crazy. This is flying. Speaking of flying, check this out. How this just went around the curve of the table with ease.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It truly is.
Now, this is a big deal price. I want you to look at the bottom of your screen. It was originally $2,420. This big deal price expires soon, saving you $420. It is now $1,999.98, which brings your easy pay to just $400 today. If you want to bring it down to even more of a bite-sized payment, use your Q card. 12-month special financing, $167.
Wow.
That's it.
And so, in addition, it could qualify for HSA and FSA spending. So with your insurance, if you have an HSA, a health savings account with your insurance, you might be able to get reimbursed for it. Not QVC's decision and not EV Rider's decision, but you purchase as Melissa says, and then you take your receipt and you might be able to submit it and get reimbursed, which is even better savings.
Talk about a tip.
Yeah.
That's a really important one. That's
I love to save money.
Right.
I'll do anything.
Girl, who doesn't? I'm like,
right?
I'll save $5. I don't care. Brand new today, V88104. And, you know, I know we have some of our QVC family, Patrick, who, you know, I've seen this video so many times and I love it every time because it brings me joy to see the mundane. I think the things we take for granted, taken away from him, and now he can do it again on his own, take out the garbage. You'll see.
Hi, I'm Pat from Everett, and right now I'm awaiting knee surgery. So the EV Rider has totally changed on how I get things done. I can go to the store on my own. I can go ahead and go on vacation, get chores done around the house. So this has been a really great purchase for me. So when I get it folded down, I'll go ahead and carefully pick it up, put it inside, making sure that it's clear. You can see with a basic SUV that it'll fit. Now if we go to the store. I'm at the store with my EV Rider now. I can put the basket between my feet to collect things. With my own scooter, I'm able to get through the aisles faster. I know it has a full charge. I can also go through self-checkout without any assistance. I can take my garbage can out to the street and navigates through rough terrain pretty well, so this has been a great benefit in my life. If you're struggling with mobility, the EV Rider is a must-have.
Yay! Like, every time I see him, every time I see Patrick, I think the everyday things, and he's doing it by himself exactly how he wants to.
Yeah. And it was just so easy. You saw him putting it in his vehicle. There's no special equipment. There's no heavy lifting. The way it's designed, you just pick it right up from a standing position. There's no crouching down. Like even it's all those little things from start to finish. This is such a smart design. It's sleek and it's going to get you where you need to go on all surfaces.
All surfaces.
Except sand.
Except for sand,
But I like that so much that it's all terrain because sometimes you never know where you're going to wind up.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you show up and you're to a t-ball game and you're like, well, I didn't know there was a football field to go across. You know, not every scooter can do that. This one can. They are powerful. Look at how that packs up.
It's amazing.
Into the size of a suitcase. We made this so you throw it in your trunk. You don't need a big SUV. You don't need any special equipment. A lot of times I'll put mine in my back seat because it's just a little bit easier for me. But it's so agile, and this is another thing that separates EV Rider from the rest of the pack, using it in your own home. Those times when every step matters, when I'm in my orthopedic boot, okay, I don't get up and do 50 million things. Like, I wait until I have to do everything and I try to walk as little as possible. When walking hurts, when walking's tiring, you don't have that pep to get up and go. I have an EV rider by my couch at all times, and I'll take it in the kitchen. And by the way, is this not the perfect height? This is like a standard desk, but this is about the size of a height of a kitchen table. So now I can eat with the family, you know, if I'm having a bad leg day, as it happens from time to time. But you can be with the family. You don't have to eat alone. You don't have to stay in the living room. You don't have to stay in your little space, your world. And one of the things I love to hear in the customer reviews and talking to the EV Rider family, the ownership family, is how it opens people's lives up. Yeah. And they say things like, I hadn't gone there, or I didn't think I could ever make it to the most magical place on earth. I didn't think I could ever go. And I just went with my grandkids. Such good stories.
EV Rider, 4-wheel manual folding mobility scooter. I mean, that's where it's at if you're trying to make those memories, because we've talked about it so many times, those once in a lifetime moments that so many people miss. I just always obsess about those in my mind, because I think, you know, life is so short. You want to be with the people you love. You don't want to be the person hearing the stories, looking at the photos, going, if I only felt better, if I could only walk. So this is going to give you your chance to get back hanging out with the family, hanging out with the friends, get your, you know, independence back. And in the easiest way possible. I mean, we're just gliding around using like the tip of my finger.
Exactly.
That's what always amazes me, is just the ease of use. I'd love to show everybody how we can fold this up too, because that's the brilliance of this too. I mean, it's only 55 pounds, and this is TSA approved.
Yep.
Which is so nice, because it folds up like a suitcase, and they'll take...
listen, when you're flying, right, you're always at gate 56, right? You're never at gate 3. Nobody ever boards on gate 3. But here's the thing, when you get to your destination, you don't have to wait for a wheelchair, as I've had to do my personal self a couple times. You have your scooter and you're ready to go. But here's how it folds down. So I want to show you the bright red on the scooter. So here's the pin that I've been talking about right here. That's the pin. You're going to pull the pin at the same time as you hit the pedal that's down here, integrated into the design. But look at how they're super, super bright red. Melissa just did it by herself, and I had no time to show Melissa how to do this before the show. She just did that herself. So here's what you do. You pull the pin and you hit the pedal, and you'll see that deck disengage, unlock, and then literally with 2 fingers, okay? There are other scooters through my training. I've seen other scooters that sometimes they'll take like 10 and 12 steps to fold down. So you have to flip this and do this and do this. And if you forget step 4, you're not making it to step 5, okay? So this is the pin and the pedal, and then it folds itself up. It is locked on its own. So here's the thing. It's easy to store as well. If you have like a little tiny space in your laundry room, I have little half closets on the side of my front door. It'll fit in the little half sizes, because storing it's also really important. Now to open it, and notice mine's standing up, and it rolls and it's balanced, which is really, really nice. We had a caller not too long ago. She was doing big road trips with these, and she said she loved to bring it in the hotel room. She was going by herself, but she could charge this like in the corner because it's folded up. Even in these small hotel rooms, she had room for it. She'd charge it overnight, and she'd take it the next day, right? But anyway, so you bring it down here. You want to bring it down to 4 wheels, so you're on the ground right there. And then you're going to hit the pedal, and while the pedal is in, you're just going to lift that tiller up. And the most important part is that you hear the click. It's locked into place now. That's all. You don't have to remember anything. I love that. I want everything simple.
Right. I wish everything was as simple.
I want everything simple and easy. Yeah.
Now, speaking of easy, when it comes home to your door, I mean, it's 1, 2, 3. I know we have that one step. We can talk about that in a moment, but it comes already partially charged.
Partially charged, fully assembled, one box. You literally, I always say, you just might, if you listen close enough, you just might hear all the giggles and all the laughs and feel all the hugs that are in that box with the EV Rider waiting for you.
Maybe you'll even hear some music.
Some music.
I mean, that's the vibe. That's the vibe.
That's what we're doing.
I
at
like
2
that
a.m.
vibe. That was good timing.
I liked
that was
it.
really good timing. But just the ease of riding, it always impresses me. It really, really does, because look at how I'm able to accelerate quickly but smoothly, right?
Yeah.
That's the big deal. And then when I stop, it's like it just glides.
Yeah.
It's not a jerking motion.
Yep.
It just, it's easy, and that's what you want. I want to show that again. I'm going to go around.
Okay.
And then I can show that again and go toward the camera. But it goes up to almost 4 miles per hour, but check that out. So I'm coming at you and then just took my hands off. There was no pedal, and it was just a nice glide.
It was a nice smooth glide. Yeah, no jerking, no reaction time to find a pedal. I remember as my mother got older, she had switched the gas and the brake, and she had a little bit of an accident. Yeah, car accident, because she had to stop quickly, and she needed that reaction time. Yeah, so she ended up hitting a tree behind her.
Oh my gosh, Mom.
But we think of these things at EV Rider. We want this scooter to be of service to you, so you live your life on your own terms. And I think that's what we all want. We all want to be out there. We all want to be going. All the experts say to stay connected with your community, your friends, your family, your loved ones, and sometimes even just like a lunch. Right? My father, who's 87 years old, lives by himself. Sometimes it's that one event a day that will lift his spirits. You know what I mean?
100%. Even just getting outside.
Yeah.
Even if it just means going around the neighborhood, getting fresh air. I mean, we saw Patrick taking out his garbage, doing those little things. It could even just feel like, okay, I'm checking things off my to-do list. That feels good.
It
That's
does,
empowering.
doesn't it?
So whatever freedom looks like to you, this is going to give it to you. That's how I feel. I mean, there's millions of people watching, and there's so many people that this can help.
Absolutely.
And I really appreciate QVC. I mean, that's why I shop at QVC, and I know you guys do too. We make it really easy for you to get things like this home to your door. Like you said, it's one box. You have multiple ways to shop. You can pay that big deal price today that, by the way, is saving you $420.
Wow.
But not for long. And this is brand new today, by the way. First time you're seeing it on air. First time we're presenting it at this big deal price. So it's not always going to be at this $199.98 price, $1,999.98 price. It's a lot of numbers. But it does bring the easy pay down to $400, which is really good. But even better, open up a Q card, use that 12-month special financing, $167 a month. To me, freedom is priceless. And we've talked about it, even gifting, like cousins can come together, siblings can come together. Think of someone you know that can benefit from this.
Yeah.
Pull your money.
Yeah.
You will be praised forever.
Well, and you know what we know at the EV Rider Company is nobody asks for a scooter as a gift. They think it's too much, right? But you'll hear them say things like, you guys go. That's okay. Let me know how it is. Take pictures, or I'll look at the videos. That's how you know they're not able to go, they're not able to keep up. Not an age thing. The first time I needed a scooter, the first time I injured my calf, I think I was in my late 40s.
Wow.
So I think that was pretty young.
Yes, I would say so.
I think that was very young. But, you know, not an age thing, it's an ability thing. Life, you know, sometimes life hands it out, and life doesn't tap you on the shoulder and say, next Tuesday, you're going to have a fall, you know, and you're going to need help next Tuesday. It just doesn't work like that.
No, it
know?
does not.
Yeah.
I stepped on a piece of plastic from my daughter's toy.
Oh, no.
And yeah, one morning after I was tired and got home from work at like 4 a.m. And the next day I called work and I was like, if there's no EV Rider, I can't come into work. Because the building is so big.
It's huge, yeah.
And so I was able to drive this around, and it was such a big help. And I had never needed it before. And I was like, thank goodness I had it.
But you couldn't come to work without it.
Literally, I couldn't walk on that foot. The doctor was like, you cannot.
Yeah.
Because you'll need surgery if it gets lodged in
because
further,
some of those toys are lethal.
Literally.
They are.
I was like, Wow.
I wanted to show you what we're also offering. I don't know if you have the item number for this. So these are the armrests that if you choose to add on, you can, and Melissa can tell you about that. But these will go in the side of the scooter. So there's screws, 3 screws right there. And those are armrests. If you really want an armrest, they're really nice to have. So I just wanted to show those really quickly.
Great. Do we have an item number for that we could pull up on the screen? Okay, it's V86938. And we'll try to get the information on the screen for you so you can add that on to your purchase. By the way, this ships for free, and I don't think I've mentioned that yet, so my apologies, but that's a big deal too. You're not paying for shipping.
Nice.
Which is really like an extra value that you're getting here. The 88104 is your item number, and your color choices. It's just so nice to have choices in life, right? Even when it's just like the color, it goes back to gaining your independence. It's like, and I even get to pick the color. It's not just black.
Yeah.
You have rose gold. Well, you'll see blue on your screen. Do you want to go back to that? Thank you. Blue, red.
If you ever wanted a red convertible, there she is.
There she is. And she costs a lot less.
Yeah, right?
Ride her everywhere and show her off. And then the silver is very popular this morning. Followed by the rose gold, which I haven't seen the rose gold.
Isn't it
like
gorgeous?
It is. I like that matte finish.
Very, very rarely will you ever see rose gold. It's really exciting when you do, but I just think it's so pretty.
Yeah, it is very, very pretty.
Yeah.
And for anyone just joining us, we had mentioned that 800 number on the back. And I'd love to touch on that again because you don't get customer service like back in the old days. And I say that, but you know, I'm almost 40. I've been around when customer service was great and you can actually talk to somebody. Here at EV Rider, you're still talking to somebody.
You're talking to the EV Rider company. This is on the back of your scooter. For the life of your scooter, one of the most significant parts of your purchase is our phone number. Here's who answers that phone. Dedicated customer service reps that are also trained and certified EV Rider technicians. We're located in the good old USA in Florida. So you're not going to hear press 1, press 3, press 7, and then you can't hear, okay? This is Florida. And every once in a while, our owner himself will answer the phone.
That's amazing.
Which I think is amazing. He has spoken directly. The owner of EV Rider has spoken directly to customers, QVC customers. He's told me stories. So, I mean, you just don't get that anymore. My washer and dryer broke. I have a brand new washer and dryer. It like breaks every year, right? So the 3rd year it broke. My husband, who can fix everything, called and they charged him $35 for a customer service phone call. $35.
It's the world we live in.
That's where we're going.
But not at QVC and not with EV Rider. You don't have to deal with that. With us, you get amazing customer service. With EV Rider, you get amazing customer service. And by the way, you know, you have 30 days to get this home. Put it into your life. If for some reason it doesn't work for you, you can always return it, no questions asked. But I always think it's so important to give something like this a try that could be, you know, a game changer for you.
Yeah,
something
absolutely.
you've been toying with it in your mind, like, oh, maybe I should get a scooter. You see it at the grocery store, you know, you see people on it. This is your moment. This is your moment to grab this. It's brand new today at the big deal price, and it's just easy. Like, life is hard. Let's be honest. Life is hard. If you have one easy thing in your day, it is glorious. Let this be the easy thing for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you see other scooters out there, I just went to a casino. My husband wanted to go to a rock concert.
Oh, that's fun.
We saw Peter Frampton in Atlantic City.
I love Peter Frampton.
Oh my gosh. Oh, and I'll tell you his story, which I love so much. But I went around that casino and I looked at everybody's scooters because that's what I do. And I could not believe how gigantic, like the big batteries, you could see them sitting there. And the one lady's backing up and it's going beep, beep, beep. And they couldn't maneuver to get into the tables and the machines. And it breaks my heart because these are the scooters that we want gone. Like EV Rider set out to get rid of those. They're still making those today. It's not like they're gone. That's what's out there today. This is just so lightweight. It drives so different. It's so comfortable. It's so fun. But here's what Peter Frampton did, because I love this story. He's on stage, you know Peter Frampton, right? And he's sitting down, he's playing all these songs, and he said, you know, I'm sitting down, right? And he had this crowd in his hand. He said, I have to sit down. I can't do it standing anymore. He said, but I can still do it.
Oh, I love that.
I can still rock, but I just have to sit down. And I thought, this is my story. This is the story of my daughter, who was born differently abled. She could do things, but there were so many times that she needed alternate ways. She needed an adaptive device. And just me finding that little bit of help for her, whether it was a special cushion, special shoes she had, special spoons to feed herself. These are adaptive devices, as our scooters are. When you get what you need, your life will flourish. I could see it in her because she was a little girl at the time, but to hear Peter Frampton tell the story, when you get the help you need, you get your life back.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, sometimes you kind of fade. When you're not around people, you're not able to do the things you used to do. It almost feels like your spirit fades and you kind of lose the luster for life. Yeah. It's so nice that you can get this home and start riding it right away and start going back to doing those everyday things. Grocery shopping, you know, maybe going out with the neighbors, playing cards, seeing your grandkids, go to the park, go on the cruise, go on the trip. Get on the plane. Like, you can do all the things.
You can do all those things.
And it's just such a spectacular thing. I mean, I have only ridden a few, you know, scooters like this in my life, and they were, like you said, big and bulky and just loud. And, you know, it's not a choice that everybody wants to make, so you don't want to be making an announcement to everybody, you know? You don't want to be beeping as you're, like, hitting into people. The turns on this is so smooth. It's whisper quiet.
It's so quiet. It's an electric vehicle. It feels like you're charging your phone. Do you know what I mean? It's just, you plug it in, it charges. It's so easy. But I love that you can pick it up from a standing position. This is one of the most important features of the scooter, is by standing up, and I'm tall, I'm 5'7", right? I got a little bit of a heel on. I'm reaching down and I'm able to pick it up. This I can pick up. This is 55 pounds. It's all sitting on my legs. That is incredible. My father, who's 87 and lives on his own, he bought a scooter a couple years ago. I think it's 2 years old now. Weighs over 100 pounds. He thought he was buying an EV rider.
How does he even get around?
He can't. He can never put it in his car. He can never bring it in his apartment. It doesn't fold down. It's over 100 pounds. And he said, I said, what'd you do? Dad, what'd you do? Why'd you do that? Like, you know,
literally.
And he said, well, I thought they were all the same. Oh. He said, I didn't know. And do you know, in adorable medical equipment, you got to be careful who you buy from, okay? Because if he could have returned that scooter, he knew in 15 seconds it was a mistake. There was no return.
Seriously?
Yep, no return on that scooter.
Wow.
We call it the big dumb scooter. I know that's kind of mean, but
that's all right. It's 2 a.m. Almost 3. It's okay. We're all a little silly. You know, we have a testimonial from our dear friend Tom, and we will bring that up for you, and he's going to tell his story.
Hi, I'm Tom. I'm a 78-year-old with peripheral neuropathy, which limits my mobility. Doesn't cripple me, but it limits me. So when we saw the EV rider on QVC, we thought, man, what a perfect answer to our traveling. So we ordered it, got it in a week. The next week we left after we had taken it out of the box. We left on a trip that included Dulles International Airport and included considerable bus travel. What we did, we got this because that's the size of my suitcase. And this is the weight of my suitcase. And that can go in there and we can go. Bus drivers loved it, air personnel loved it. It just worked perfectly.
So here's what I love about Tom, right? I call him planes, trains, and automobiles. I'm going to guess, I don't know Tom, he's a customer. He was sitting at home, just like you, listening to our story, wondering, is it true? Like, could this really be the thing that helps me, right? Doesn't it look like he worked his entire life, right? Yeah. Not to sit on the couch. That man was traveling, airplanes and bus rides, and I couldn't keep up with them, right?
Yeah.
But he couldn't do it without his EV Rider. EV Rider gave him the ability, and that was a slightly different model, but it gave him the ability to get out and do the things that he probably worked his whole life to get there.
Yeah, and then you get to a certain point and you want to enjoy life, and then you're not always able to in the way you wanted to.
Yes, yes.
So this is giving you that chance. Brand new today. It's the first time you're seeing it at this big deal price, just under $2,000. You're saving $420.
Wow.
$400 will get it home with any major credit card or debit card. 12-month special financing. You choose that. It's $167 a month, and it's a 4-wheel manual folding mobility scooter. It weighs 55 pounds. It goes up to almost 4 miles per hour. It holds up to, did you say 220?
250 pounds.
Okay.
And we consider it the maintenance resistance vehicle. There's no maintenance with this, right?
That's nice.
You don't ever even need air in the tires. The tires are solid. You're going to get a nice smooth ride. It's modeled after a premium luxury vehicle. So you got a really nice stable feel, nice smooth ride, but you'll never ever need air. You'll never get a flat. There is nothing to worry about. Like when you go out to your car, like the last thing you want is your car doesn't turn over or something's wrong with your car. You just want to go where you want to go, right? We feel the same way about scooters.
It's great.
Yeah.
Now there's a few key features like our fobs, our key fob, which is great. So I'd love if we can talk about that and then go back over there to that charger, because I would love to walk through those steps when you want to charge. And when you first get it home, there's like that one-time little step you need to take. So
yeah, absolutely. So this is a scooter that will ship to you in one single box, right? It arrives UPS, so it'll come to your doorstep, one single box. It's partially charged, fully assembled. Yay. There's no project, right? It's so easy out of the box. Here's where you charge it. Here's the charging port right here. We kind of hide it because we think your scooter should be beautiful and make you feel your best, so it's a little bit hidden. You've got 3 holes, and the charger itself has 3 prongs. That goes right into there. You've got on the other end a good old-fashioned, I can charge this everywhere plug, even in a restaurant, wherever you are, 2-prong. There's even an indicator light on the charger itself that will tell you when it's charged. You cannot overcharge it, so if you leave it in overnight, it's not a problem. 4 to 6 hours for a full charge, and you get almost 7 miles of drive. Like, when's the last time you walked 7 miles? Like,
I don't even know.
That's far.
That's
far. And that's a single charge.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, as you drive through those 7 miles, okay, then you charge it again, just like your cell phone. And then you drive through it and you charge it again, and you charge it again.
I love that it's not like a special cord or a USB.
Yes.
It's a regular plug.
Yes.
So if you're in a hotel room, you're on the cruise, you could be at the airport.
Yeah, you're not
You could
going
be
to forget a
plugging it in.
password. You're not going to have a phone app. It is easy. Here is the connection that's in the battery compartment. These are the cables that you see. The battery compartment's right here. You only do this one time out of the box. It's the only way we can ship it to you partially charged. You're going to fit these together at 2 a.m. I can even do it at 2 a.m. So they fit together like that. You'll close that. You never have to do that again, ever, ever. It's so great. Maintenance resistant. So solid tires. We even put like these professionals fancy, because in the sports car world, everything is rims, right? So we even put some fancy rims. We got the 2-tone tires. We have carpet here so that your shoes, even if you're walking in the salt outside with the, salt and snow and stuff like that, your shoes won't scratch the scooter, and you can take that off. That's hook and loop. So we thought about everything, because we don't want you to think about anything.
Yeah.
We want you to think about, where do I want to go? Where do I want to have lunch? Do I want to go outside? I talked to a customer not too long ago, and I love asking people, where's the best place you took your EV Rider, right? So I'm talking to this lady. She said, Her very favorite thing she did, she said, I went with my granddaughter to the Christiana Mall, which is a gigantic mall, not far from here, huge mall. She said, I lasted 3 hours at the mall. She said, I went in the clothing stores around those clothing things where everything's packed in. Yep. She said, I went to the food court. She said, I had the most beautiful afternoon with my granddaughter.
Oh, I love that.
This is the stories that we get to hear at Evie Rider, giving people their lives back, their happiness back, because it's not always a trip to Paris. Sometimes it's 3 hours with your granddaughter.
I love that story, though.
Isn't that great?
That's so special. I hope she's watching.
I know.
Hi.
Hello in Delaware.
You know, this is just a wonderful opportunity right now to think of not just, as you said, the big trips, but the everyday mundane things. The things that you can no longer do, even if it's like taking out the trash, like we saw Patrick do before.
Yeah.
You know, it's those little things. That's what took my breath away when we first worked together like 2 years ago, where I said, you know, it's so interesting how we take things for granted when we do them every day, and then when you can't, you miss those things.
Oh, it's awful.
It's
awful. When I'm in my orthopedic boot and I can't do and I can't go and my family says things, oh, Mom, are you okay? Will you be able to, Mom, are you gonna? And there's a lot of things without an Evie Rider I can't do.
Yeah, I remember you were in Europe, you poor thing.
Yeah.
And you hurt your foot.
Yeah, I tore my calf for the 3rd time in Italy. Oh, and you know, I didn't bring an Evie Rider on vacation. I didn't know. And I tore my calf, but that's life. And that's why owning is so important, because you don't know when you're gonna have the good days. You don't know when you're gonna have the bad days. And there are times I don't even injure my calf and I wake up and I think, ooh, I better not be walking today.
Right, like you don't want to further damage what you have going on.
Exactly.
So it's nice to have this as a safety. By the way, you get 2 key fobs. And I would love if we can kind of walk our friends through that quickly.
Yeah, so this is how you turn it on. I've got my keys in my pocket. I'll turn it off right there. Here's your power switch to turn on the scooter. You hear it go on like that. I've also charged the fob by turning it on. But what I love is, especially when you're out and about, we're all in the habit of keeping our car keys with us.
Yes.
Now you can keep your scooter keys with you, right in my pocket or my purse.
And by the way, look at this light. It's so bright. Paves the way when it's dark out.
Because why go home if you're out having a good time?
You're out, you're watching the fireworks somewhere, a movie outside.
Yes.
And then you have that horn. It's not obnoxious. It's actually like a nice, pleasant horn.
We call it a courtesy horn.
I like that.
Cars should have that.
I agree.
Courtesy.
I agree. And then they should have the really loud one and be like, get out of my way. All right, well, I'm so glad that you joined us in this hour. It was a powerful hour. I always want to say it's the EZ Rider.
Yeah.
Always, because it really makes life easier. So this is the first time that we're bringing this Evie Rider to you. It's the 4-wheel manual folding mobility scooter, brand new today at this big deal price that is expiring very soon. You're saving $420. That brings your Easy Pay down to $400. Any major credit card or debit card, it ships to you for free. 12-month special financing brings it to $167 a month, so bite-sized payments. You have your choice of rose gold, your silver, your red, or your blue. So you get to choose, hey, I want to ride in style. What's my favorite color?